Caps. Oh, Capricorn, I love you. One of my dearest, closest friends is Capricorn, and God, do we laugh together. We have so much fun laughing. You guys are great. You're very inspiring, you know? Very, very inspiring energy. It's just, it has such, you know, being a Leo sun and a Sag rising, I have a lot of fire. So being around your driven earth energy for me is just, oh man, it's like, damn, I got to get my life together, you know? And before I even get on to the note that I have for you guys, I just want to mention quickly that my friend Tiffany, who makes the most beautiful, I wear it every single day. She keeps blowing it out of the park, you know, blowing my mind. I can't even talk. She just renamed her store Pink LUNE, like the French word for moon, and I'm going to leave her website, her Etsy store, and the 15% discount code below because, you guys, she is amazing. She has a gift for figuring out what stones people want and need in their lives and their process as they're healing, as they're growing. Right now I'm wearing stones for, you know, healing in love and mental clarity. Amazing. And she's getting more like really amazing stuff in her store in the next couple months. So I highly recommend keeping an eye on her Etsy store and getting in touch with her. Like I said, 15% off down below. So keep that in mind. I'll give all the details in the description box. So let's get back to you guys though, because this has been what a whirlwind, right? The last few months have been for you. A lot of you have left jobs. You've left behind old patterns. You've left behind ways that you were doing things, and you're like on a completely new trajectory. You've made some big changes. My goodness, you guys have been on a roll. And I think a lot of you have like kind of come out like out of the storm, you know, like you like you were kind of like a little kid out in a storm getting blown around, and like you just finally gotten inside and you're able to like take your hood, your, you know, soaking wet hood off and just stand in a quiet and like be like, what just happened? Who am I? Where am I going next? What does that look like? What really matters? What really lights me up? What really gets me interested in the world around me? That's powerful. And I'm feeling that. And one of the things that happens when we do go through like such extreme changes where it's just like, you know, you're just making changes right and left, it's sometimes very hard to trust your gut. It's sometimes very hard to trust your gut. And it's very hard to know what the next right step is, because you've been pummeled around and you've made changes and you've done things and you know that you needed to, but you're not sure what's next. Well, what I'm getting for you in July is, you know, the sun is in Cancer, which is your opposite sign. It's your 7th house. This is your relational house. And so this is going to be a good time to re-stabilize and to rebalance yourself a little bit. And the note that I had for you before we even talk about the cards, before anything, was that this month is a month about trusting your gut, trusting your intuitive core. And in doing that, you know, in this Cancer energy, it's going to help you continue this transition that you're making, because after the thunder and the lightning and the earthquake of making big changes and putting your foot down and saying this is how it's going to be done, sometimes the hardest part of that journey is kind of the keeping going, because the actual battle, the actual moment of change is exciting and energetic and everything. But then once you get home and it's like, where do I go? Who am I? What does that look like? So I think July is going to be bringing some of that up for you. So this is going to be a really good month to check in. Now, that's just the general note. I'm waiting for one more clarifying card to come through, and then we will talk about kind of what this July process looks like for you, because it's quite intimate, and it's quite, intimate is the word. You know, a lot of what you guys have been going through has had a lot to do with your career and your place in the world and what you've been working toward. A lot of the tumult of the last 3 months has been about that, and about how you reconfigure your place in this world, your purpose in this world. Now, July, you know, I was saying trust your gut, That's where you're going to be finding your answers this month. That's how you're going to keep going. So this is a very deeply emotional place for you in the year. This is a place of, it's not about what it looks like on the surface. It is not about what it looks like to other people. It is not about your career. This is about you at your most intimate core, which I know you guys, you're like, can't I just keep working? Can't I keep just pushing forward? Can't I just do that? It's not this month, my friends. This month, this is how we are going to continue the journey forward so that you can have that great reputation and that great powerhouse presence in the world. And the reason I'm saying a lot of this is, here's what I've got. You came out of this intensity of change where it was, like I said, we had that Tower card a couple months ago when it was like, oh, things are happening. It is time to make the change. Okay. That stuff happened. But when that happens, we get left with the wounds from that. And even you, Capricorn, with your solid headset and your strength and your ability to push through things and find practical solutions, comes out of things like this with big questions, with big wounds. 3 of Swords is about heart wounds. It's about feeling maybe betrayed, maybe misunderstood, deeply wounded at a deep level, like people that you worked with, that you trusted. You find out later that they never really had your back. Same with 5 of Wands, coming out of that kind of fighting for your place in the system, fighting for your place in the process, has left you feeling kind of, like I said, weather beaten. And, you're looking back at this stuff, at this harshness, at this battling it out that you were doing. And, you made the right choice to get away from it. But, when you're left with this, you gotta take some time. You have to accept that, yeah, sometimes things that you experienced, it's like you thought they were one way and they really were another way. And it's like, it's a little disheartening initially. So at the beginning of the month, with that sun in your opposite house in Cancer, you're going to be kind of going back over those trust issues, going back over how that all played out, how that's informing you. Now, that isn't going to be the dominant thing this month, though, you guys, because like I said, what's really going on is you've made a big change, and the challenge now is to just keep forging forward, to keep your energy going, to trust your gut so that you can keep forging forward, you can keep going forward, you can keep doing it. Now, one element of that is the allowing. Now, it's your turn to get the allowing lecture this month. Taurus got it last month. Capricorns, it's your turn. July is your turn to spend some time with allowing things to flow into your life. And when I get the Queen of Wands and I get the Empress, oh man, are these not the 2 most allowing energies you can have? This is the divine feminine, especially when we come to the Empress. So, what is femininity? At its like most basic level, it is the idea of attracting in, allowing in. You guys are go-getters. You want to make things happen. You want to make it rain. You want to apply for stuff and be in interviews and make things happen, make phone calls, send out resumes, say yes to something, say no to something, build new paths. Well, like I was saying, with working through this heart energy, working through your gut energy, part of what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to allow that the next step is just letting things come to you, letting answers come to you, letting people help you out, letting jobs come to you, letting answers come to you, letting rest come to you. This is not going to be natural for you guys. You're going to want to push for stuff. You're going to be wanting to push. Well, I don't think you're going to need to do that for too long. I think part of that allowing conversation we're having is just you getting, once again, recentered after the crazy shakeup that was going on in the spring. Like, you come out of that, you got to take some time and just love on yourself. Remember who you are. Remember the gifts you have to give to the world, because you do. You have so much to give to the world that we need. And you got to take a time out because you don't get much of a timeout, actually. You don't get much of a timeout because whatever these new things, your gut is going to be leading you, and then the energy just picks up right again. Like, you're getting a lot of fire energy this month, you guys. Here is blasting forward in the future. This is action. This is action, and this is news coming in about career and about your place in the world. So there is something going on here. You guys are moving. You're moving very quickly on something. So once you can kind of get your head wrapped around any of this betrayal, and you kind of you're able to let it go and remember who you are and balance out, get your head on straight, allow for this new era to start. Is that energy going to like meet you right away? Like, there's going to be no pause. By the middle of the month, you are going again. So if you've been having questions about your career, or, also this can have to do with love, you guys. If you've had some heartbreak, this can be a new, fresh start in love, like big time. All that heartbreak energy that I was looking at, that could definitely be love. And in that case, once again, if you can rebalance and get yourself in a healthy headspace, July is your opposite sign. This is the love month. This is forward motion on something, and it's going fast. Like, it is like green light, let's go. We're doing it. So enjoy the quiet time that you have near the beginning of the month, because it's not going to last. It's not going to last. You are going to be rocketing forward, no looking back, truly. Now, I was talking about how, you started a big transformation. The earthquake came, the tower came, things were left behind this spring. And it was intense. Well, part of transformation, I think what's interesting about transforming is that it's a constant process. It never really ends. But we just have these really poignant times that are extremely, extremely intense. Well, there's kind of this revisiting of this transformation again this month. Like, I think a lot of you, what's going on here is that the chaos of the actual movement of the change was predominant for the spring. And now in July, because you're tuning in, because you're rebalancing, because you're getting back with your gut instinct, it's kind of like the transformation is kind of making its full circle where you understand what's going on because you've taken it all in. And now you're walking through into this new horizon. They're kind of going in two different directions, aren't they, these two horses? But the point is that, like, you're kind of closing up the loose ends of that big chaotic time. And in doing that, you're actually continuing your transformation. You're really waving goodbye, though, to whatever this was. Like, all that stuff that happened in the spring, you're waving goodbye to it finally. This is the final goodbye. This is the final ending. And this is the new beginning. And it's with that air energy, which is really good for you guys, I think, because you need that swiftness right now to keep you buoyant and able to keep moving forward in a positive way. Yeah, you're closing up. And for a lot of you, I really do feel this is your life purpose, is your career. A lot of you, some of you, this is much more about your heart and the things that have gone down there. Now, so this was very much about your journey and your place in the world. Kind of classic stuff that you guys often are concerned with. Your career. Where you are. However, like I said, this is an intimate month. This is a very intimate process we're going through here. So even though that energy is kicking in at the second half of the month and telling you to just push forward, the last card that came out, you guys, is Six of Cups. Now, this is a soulmate card. This is a nostalgia card. This is the past coming back. This is about the deepest emotional connection you can have. Once again, we are in your 7th house. The sun is in your 7th house. That is Cancer. That is love. That is connection. That is partnership. So, for those of you who are taking time out and really peeling through this is a time where you are going to be getting closer to people, and you might be attracting in somebody who matches your frequency now that you have made it to the next level in your life. Now that you've made it here, this is when you start attracting somebody in who it's like you've known them forever. This is when you attract somebody in who you can feel natural around, who makes you feel young and youthful and hopeful again. And it's really a counterbalance to this 3 of Swords we started out with, which is about feeling hurt and jaded and rejected and betrayed and all of that. What a transformation to go from that to this deeply felt 6 of Cups. 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 So, man, like there are some different currents going on here. I'm trying to pick up on all of them because like on the inside, you are remembering your own value and your own worth in the world. On the outside, new opportunities are knocking at your door and saying, "Let me in, let's go." And inside, and then it goes back inside again, and it's like, wow, I really want, I want the career, I want the success, but I also want somebody who gets this deeper part of me, who gets this emotional core of me. And in fact, let me pull a clarifier or two from my cosmic tarot, because when I see something that is so about your personal transformation as somebody who makes an impact in the world and who creates something in the world, and then it ends with such an emotional, it begins and ends with such deeply personal, emotional things. For me, this is like when somebody comes in right at a moment where you need somebody. It's kind of what I'm getting. Like, I feel like you guys are a little bit frazzled, you're a little bit fried, you're a little bit nervous, and it's like you need somebody to come in and let you know that you can trust your gut, that you can trust the gifts that you have. Like there's just something going on there with that. Yeah, and here we go. We have the Sun and the Magician. These are such powerful cards, you guys. It's like, wow. And this is a clarifier for the Six of Cups. So this is somebody who expands your horizons, who brightens them up, who does things differently, who's very daring and strong. And in a lot of ways, I feel like this is you. And you have to remember this, that you are not only this bright, strong center point for those around you that you work with, that you love, but that you are also this like magician, this magnet, this person who can do things in any number of ways and in creative ways that nobody else does. And this is the kind of energy you want to attract in when you're partnerships too. This is the kind of energy you want to attract in with the person that's coming in here, because whoo, you guys. And you know what? This is also about sharing the depth of your emotional journey. You guys have a little bit of a labyrinth underneath the surface. You handle your life very well. You handle your chaos and your stress very well. You push forward. You do what you need to do. You've always been good at doing it. But underneath that wonderful pulled together exterior, you have a labyrinth of emotions. And you need people there for you. You need people there for you. You need people who see that and who get that. And so while externally you are getting invited to big, new, brand new adventures that are very exciting, internally you are starting the process of saying, okay, now I'm ready for love. Now I'm ready for somebody to come in here and be in here with me when I'm working through this kind of stuff. And when I'm getting phone calls for this kind of stuff, somebody who will listen to me when I'm not sure what my gut is saying. And that's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. So for those of you with partnerships, like this is going to be a great month to really open up to your partner. Open up to people that are closest to you. For those of you who are single and you're looking for love, this is kind of the beginning point where I think you're actually going to be able to realistically start speaking with people and letting people in and attracting people in with your vibrations. So this is the tip of the iceberg, really. And you're about, like, as we get into August, September, October, that's when your love life, it's going to be the next phase. So we've been in a career phase for a little bit here, questions of the career phase. And July, I think you're going to find, is a transitional month where you're transitioning from that career chaos into the gushier side. So be prepared for that, Cappies, because, you know, it's your time to let some love and some softness in there to heal and to grow and to expand. So this is a beautiful month. It's going to feel tender. So don't be surprised if, you know, if you get like poked a little bit and it just like it smarts, you know, just take a deep breath and trust your gut. Trust your gut. Trust your gut, because really good things are coming in. You're moving away from the toxicity that you were experiencing. You are moving very far away from that, and trust in that too. And know that, you know, those past experiences have informed you, and you're only going to be getting stronger from here on out. It's really going to be some beautiful times. So what a deep reading, you guys. Man, I'm excited for you. I think it's nice to think about you guys being cared for. So I'll leave my email, my website below. Please get in touch with me. I do Skype readings. I do phone readings. I do pre-recorded readings, and I can do email readings as well, but I can give you more info if you get in touch with me. Like I said, I will leave that in the description box along with Pink Noon's beautiful stuff. So check out the description box for all of that information. I will leave it all there nice and tidy for you. Please have a beautiful July. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in August. I'm so excited for this new chapter that we're opening up, you guys. Oh my goodness. I think we're about to see a whole other side of you guys, and I'm very excited. I love you, and I will talk to you in August.